Hello, 1 2 3, mic check. Hello, a very good morning to all our live viewers. This is the first match of the day. It's the all important Gold Cup semi final of One Champion Elite Season 42. RCC 11 taking on Pink Panthers. Coin toss falling in favor of RCC. They have opted to bat first. Naman Agarwal and Giri are the two openers out in the center for RCC. 228 matches for Agarwal. Just under 5. Leading edge, straight to the point. Well. Naman Agarwal just trying to close the face of the bat, managing and leading edge, and ball carries straight to the fielder. Tane there in the point region makes no mistake. First one down for RCC in the very second over. RCC losing their first in the very second over. 3 runs on the board for them. This is the new surface that we are playing on the match today. It's a grassy track. It will assist the fast bowlers. Evidently, that ball completely squaring up the batter and getting the leading edge. Ball carries very nicely to the point fielder. First one down for RCC. Divi in his very first over strikes. Sends back Naman Agarwal. Only managed one in the semi-final. New batter in is Raghu. In at number 3 for RCC. 410 matches for Raghu. 5,921 runs, averaging over 23. In fact, 23 and a half. The average of Raghu. Strike rate just under 115, 114.17 to be precise. Coming to the career stats of the right arm quick pacer for Pink Panthers, Divi. 51 matches for him, 50 wickets, economy 7.14, best figures of 5 for 17. He's sharing the new ball with Vaishnav Saitane, who picks one good catch in the point to help his fellow bowler get off the mark in the wicket column. Full straight, attacking the stumps. That was a Yorker, beautifully kept out by the batter. It's a dot ball. Coming back, coming to the career strike rates, career average, career things for the non-striker Giri. 16 matches, 218 runs, averaging just under 25. Strike rate very healthy, 129 for Giri. Divi off the mark with the wicket. 4 balls, run and a wicket so far for him. Another good one. He's bowling full. At the moment, conditions are assisting the fast bowlers. It's very windy here at One Champion Cricket Ground. Wind is flowing very nicely. So is the surface very grassy. Balls moving around nicely for the fast bowlers. These are the challenging times to bat on. Divi, he's got a slip. Short third. In fact, slip, gully. Then a deep point. Cover point. Covers. Mid off. Mid on. Then a deep mid wicket. And a fine leg for Divi. Run and a wicket so far from this over. 3 for 1. RCC 11. Winning the toss, opting to bat. Oh, well, this one is a sharp bouncer. That one took the batter by a surprise, but wicket keeper there, Yash Gupta, behind the timber. doesn't collect the ball. That ball goes all the way, buys 4. These are gifts, and RCC 11 won't mind it. In fact, they will. In fact, they will cherish the good work behind the timber by the wicketkeeper. For them, RCC 11 winning the toss, opting to bat first in this all important Gold Cup semi-final. Winner will be advanced to the final after 2 7 for 1 RCC. Tanay, Sai Tanay, jersey number 19 to continue. Well, he goes full, but the direction was wrong. White signal by the match official. Score moves to 8. We have seen the bowler pitching the ball up, getting that swing in the new surface. This is the very first match at this surface. It's a very grassy track. Once again, it's a full delivery inside edge. Yes and a no mix up. In the end, both the batters deciding against the single. Well, these are not the good signs. Yes and a no. Both the batters looked very tentative. In the end, deciding against the single. It's a dot ball. Coming back to the length. It was a fuller length, swinging away from the righty. Once again on the pads. This time he feeds Giri. It's a boundary, clipped away in the fine leg for a boundary. Well. Tane on that occasion just getting a greedy and going on the pads, and batter of this cat won't miss out on such scoring opportunity. It's a boundary. Easily done. Clips it and beats the fine leg towards his right and collect 4. Score moves to 12. Giri moves to 6 of just 4 deliveries. He's a very good batter at the top for RCC. This time it's an outside edge. Slight misfield by short third. Point fielder backs him, but Giri is quick. He gets back for the second run and completes the second with ease. Score moves to 14. 14 for 1 after 2.3. Once again, wind flowing very heavily. That's a better length. Punched off the back foot by Giri with a very soft hand and through for a single. This is good cricket. Rotating the strike, if not getting the runs in terms of boundary. This is what smart batters, good batters do. 8 runs coming off the over so far. Only 4 legal deliveries balled. Boundary coming off the blade of Giri. In the gully region, well, once again the entire field setup changes. Too many field changes in the very third over. Well, Raghu just making room for himself. That ball was way outside of stump. In the end, it was far away from his reach. It's a dot ball. Raghu moving early. Tane saw him moving and just balled it outside of stump. In the end, ball staying away out of the reach of Raghu. It's a dot ball. Good bowling from Tanik. Once again a hard length. This time punched hard off the back foot. Ball reaches the inner field very quickly. Direct hit and the ball changes its direction and both the batters are through for a single. Mahinder Reddy, the fielder there with the throw, not happy with the fielders packing in, but it's a single to close out the over. 9 runs coming off that over by Tane after 3. RCC 11, 16 for 1. That's a first real sign of aggression from the batters, and it's a boundary. It's hit straight down the ground, beats mid off towards his left. That was stuck straight down the ground. Raghu there. It was a full delivery, and Raghu making full use of it and starts off the over with a boundary. Devi pitching it up, looking for the swing, ends up bowling and half volley. Well, that's an excellent reply from the fast bowler. He drags his length back, and Raghu this time in no position to play that delivery. That delivery hint of in swing, but he was done in the length there. He was in no position to play that sort of length, exposing his all three stumps, and Divi making full use and hits the off stump, which gets uprooted. Second one down for RCC 11. Raghu departs after scoring 5. RCC 11 20 for 2 after 3.2 overs. New batter in is Siddharth Fanindra in at number 4 for RCC 11. He's a right hand bat. Sridhar Sridhar Fanindra, 388 matches for him, over 12,000 runs, averaging under 40, 38.65. Strike rate even better, 166.94. Will be facing Divi, who's already got 2. That's a good length, guided away. Straight to the slip on a bounce. It's a dot ball. This is better from Divi. He's balled full, occasionally looking for swing, but he's dragged his length back. Well, that's been given as a dead ball. The reason behind is that the bail falling at the very last moment, both the match officials declaring it as a dead ball. So Divi has to reload that one. That one hitting high on the pads and beating the slip towards his left. Second slip in play and it beats that slip towards his left and carries all the way for a boundary. Four leg by signal by the match official. That was an excellent one from Divi. That one came in sharply for the right hander after pitching. That was just short of good length. So always going over the stump. No point appealing for LBW for the deliveries hitting that high. Siddharth Sridhar on the strike. That's excellent delivery from Divi. He's working some good pace and he's bowling at good line and good length too. Sridhar just punches that one off the back foot in the mid-on region and through for a single. Gets himself off the mark. 25 for 2 after 3.4 overs. RCC team 11. Well, this time Giri Babu just lifts it over extra cover and it goes the distance. It's the first six of the match coming off the blade of Giri. What a shot that was. Divi looking for the swing, pitching it up and paying the penalty. Giri, he's set, just lifts it. That's an extension of the cover drive and away she goes all the way for a six. Giri moves to 15 of just 7 deliveries. Score moves to 31 now. Last ball of the over. This time, ball coming in sharply after pitching. Length slightly dragged back. Giri just punching it to the mid-on fielder. It's a dot ball to close out the over. 15 runs coming off the fourth over by Divi. After 4, RCC 11, 31 for 2. Saitane to continue. Drives it up. It's a quick single. Mahinder Reddy gets in the throw quickly, but both the batters very quick between the wickets. Completes the single with ease. This is what it takes to complete a quick single. Both the batters complementing each other very well here in the running between the wicket. Sridhar punching that ball and calling early. Giri replying. With the batters completing the single with ease. Huge appeal behind the timber and in the slim quadrant, but no interest whatsoever from the bowler. Appeal turned down by the match official. Once again, swing there for Tane. Ball swinging in, wrapping the batter on the pads, but that ball was drifting down the leg. Rightfully, match official says not out. Giri on that occasion looking for the second run will complete the second with ease. This is excellent running. Giri just coming down the track trying to counter the swing. Saitane saw him coming, drags his length back. That ball hitting on the shoulder of bat and moving in the vacant square leg region. Fielder there set deep. By the time he collects the ball, both the batters through for the second run. Well, that's once again a back of a length. That ball might have gone back to the timber. Giri, very attentive, very active, just slowly tucks the ball away. Wicket keeper having a discussion there with the batter. He looks unhappy with that, but batter does that. He can do that in order to save. That's completely in the laws of cricket. Well, the play resumes. Giri Babu giving the charge to Tane. Once again, Tane, being a cleverer one, drags his length back. Giri doesn't get to the pitch of the ball, still goes through with the shot. It's a swing and a miss. Back to back dot balls, 3 runs coming off this over so far. An excellent one from Tane. 34 for 2. RCC 11. Last ball of the fifth over. Tane to Giri. This time Giri playing the ball with a very soft hand and complete. That's an excellent shot from Giri. Slightly over pitched on that occasion by Devi, and Giri gets down on one knee and lifts it over mid off for a boundary. One bounce into the fence it goes. Score moves to 43. Couple of boundaries and 3 dots so far in this over. 8 runs coming off the 5 deliveries. This is the last over of the power play. Divi so far 2.5 overs, 20 for 2. This will be the last ball of his third over and will be the last ball of the power play. Divi to Giri. That's straight cotton ball. An excellent one from Divi once again. Pitching it short of good length. Giri standing tall and trying to get on the top of the bounce and holds out a straight catch to the bowler in his follow through. Third one goes down. It's a well said Giri who departs. Well, there's been an heated exchange there between the slip fielder and the batter. Batter not happy with the words said by the slip fielder. He replies, both the match officials now stepping in and asking the batter to leave. That's the right thing to do. Nonetheless, power play done and dusted. RCC 11 in the all important Gold Cup semi final are 43 for the loss of 3 after 6. Play resumes after a short break. It's a flighted delivery. Beats the short cover towards his left. Aditya NK into the attack, and he's being greeted with a very good cover drive. That was a real loosener from Aditya to start off. It was a low full toss, and Sridhar making full use, driving it all along the carpet towards the right of covers and collecting four. Score moves to 47 now. That's a better length and a better line. Safely negotiated by Sridhar. Aditya NK into the attack straight away after the power play with his right arm off break. 86 matches for Aditya, 107 wickets, economy 7.85, best figures of 5 for 19. Well, that's slow through the air. Sridhar looking for the quick single, but sent back by the non-striker Vishal, who's the new batter in after the departure of dangerous batter Giri. He's in at number 5 for RCC 11. Very experienced batter K Vishal. 579 matches for him. 16,204 runs. Averaging just over 40. Strike rate just over 120 for Vishal. Is a very good batter. In the meantime, Aditya tries to fire one in and drifts one down. It's a wide. Beautifully collected by the wicketkeeper. Cut away. Call is for two. Bit of work to be done in the deep. Sweeper cover does well, but cannot restrict the batter for coming back for the second one. 50 is up for RCC 11 in 6.4. 50 for 3. Current run rate 7.5 for RCC 11. This is the all important Gold Cup semi final. Winner of this match will be advanced to the Gold Cup final. Everything to play for. Excellent bit of glove work. Beautifully flighted by Aditya. That ball not turning. Sridhar playing for the turn. Tries to get to the pitch of the ball and misses the one. And Yash Gupta behind the timber quickly takes the bails off in a flash. Fourth one bites the dust. It's a very soft dismissal. Very soft dismissal. Sridhar not looking happy with his effort, trying to get to the pitch of the ball, playing for the turn. That ball skidding through. Excellent glove work there by the wicketkeeper to see the back of Sridhar. RCC 11, 50 for 4 inside the 7 overs. New batter in is Linga Reddy in at number 6 for RCC 11. 649 matches for Linga Reddy. 11,547 runs. In fact, it's not Linga Reddy, it's Arush Jain who's in at number 6 for RCC 11. He's a right hand bat. Arush Jain, 54 matches for him, 790 runs, averaging just under 22, strike rate 95. Leaves one. That's a dot ball to close out the over. A successful one by Aditya NK. 7 runs and a wicket coming off that over. After 7 overs, RCC 11 50 for 4. Another introduction into the bowling attack. Another off spinner being introduced. Keshav now with the ball. Starts off with a good one, which is being tapped away on the onside for a single by Vishal to get himself off the mark. 154 matches for Keshav, 157 wickets, economy 7.68, best figures of 4 for 17. Starts off with a single, slow in pace, cut away straight to the gully fielder. Mahinder Reddy there. It's a dot ball. Both the off spinners mixing up the pace beautifully. Another flighted delivery that was very close to Keshav in his follow through, who dives towards his left, but that ball beating him by an inch. That's an excellent effort in the follow through by the bowler, but batter there might have had his heart in his mouth, but he survives and gets a single. Keshav now bowling slow through the air, inviting the batter for big shot. RCC 11 already 4 down. Cut away, huge appeal for caught behind, but New batter in is Shubham, who's in at number 8 for RCC 11. Last ball of the over. Keshava. That's slightly short a ball and that's been punched off the back foot beautifully in between short cover and long off to collect couple of runs and open his account. An eventful over, 12 runs and couple of wickets coming off that over. After 12 overs, RCC 11 are 86 for the loss of 6 wickets. 86 for 6 after 12. Excellence in the field by Srivatsan, getting that run out. Standing in the short mid wicket, both the batters looking for the quick single, getting in the direct hit and sending back the batter. Flighted delivery to start off that one, pitching and turning away sharply. Mahinder Reddy after the ball gets it in, but eventually the ball goes and hit the boundary skirtings. That's a welcome boundary. That's a welcome boundary for RCC 11. Score moves to 90, 90 for 6 now. Over starts off with a boundary. Moral victory for the bowler, but it's a 4 for Jayachandra. In fact, Shubham, it is who gets a boundary to open his account. Huge appeal! Chance of a run out. But well, the batter was back in. It's a dot ball. Plenty happening on that delivery. That was wrapped on the pads, but that ball was drifting down the leg. So it's been given as not out by match official. Shubham looking for the single sent back by Jayachandra. Mahinder Reddy does well, but still the batter was back in time, so it's a dot ball. 4 and a dot ball to start off. Now Srivatsan has a slip. Punched off the back foot. Chance of a run out. Throw is good, but Jayachandra somehow managing to make his ground. Jayachandra is not the quickest of the runner, but completes that run. Both the batters should play cautiously from here on. They, they need to get in a partnership. This partnership should stand, especially Jayachandra. That's a drag down, pulled away, fielder there in the deep, takes an easy catch. Well, as I was seeing, cricket needs to be played cautiously from here on. A rash shot from Jayachandra. That was a drag down, but still not committed completely. In the end, Jaya chips it to the deep fielder. 8-1 bites the dust. Jayachandra departs. Tane, the man in the deep, in long on region, makes no mistake and sends back a big hitter, Jayachandra, on his way back to the pavilion. Seventh one down in the 13th over, 91 on the board for RCC 11, 91 for 7. New batter in is Linga Reddy. He's a right hand batter in at number 9. That's an outside edge away from the slip and beats the gully fielder towards his left. Fielder gives it a chase and does well. Call is for 3. Well, they have completed the third run. Well, that's an excellent piece of running between the wickets. Shubham calling for the third one and Linga Reddy responds. responses beautifully. In the end, 3 completed to open the account for Linga Reddy. Srivatsan is bowling beautifully here. Slightly short, cut off the back foot, straight to the sweeper cover. Slight misfield there by the defielder, which is enough for both the batters to come back for the second run. Good over, but still 10 coming off that one. 10 and a wicket coming off that over by Srivatsan. After 13, RCC 11, 96 for 7. Keshav N to bowl out. 3 overs, 21 for 1 so far for Keshav. His ball exceedingly well. His puts he has put the brakes on the scoring rate. Got only a wicket so far in his 3 overs. 96 for 7 RCC 11 while batting first in the Gold Cup semi-final. Winner will be advanced to the final. That's a flighted delivery. Limga Reddy happy to work it on the onside all along the carpet for a single. Partnership is required for RCC 11. They need to bat for 3 to 4 overs from here on, Shubham and Lingam, and get at least 6 runs per over, 5 to 6 runs per over from here on for next 4 to 5 overs. From there on, they can explode in last 2 to 3 overs. They are already 7 down. They need to calm things. Well, that's a quick single. Slight misfield, but good backup by sweeper cover fielder. Point fielder charging in, looking for the run out. Tries to collect the ball with the one arm, but fails to do so. It's an easy single in the end. Well, punched hard all along the carpet. Misfield in the short cover region. That ball raised across the surface very quickly. That's a much needed boundary. 100 is up with that boundary for RCC 11 in the 14th over. 103 for 7 in 13.4 overs. Well, that was punched hard by Shubham, but that should have been stopped in the cover region. That should have been dot ball, but misfield helps the cause for RCC 11. They collect 4. 7 runs coming off this over. Well, Shubham looking for the big shot, gets beaten. That's not the ideal thing that needs to be done in these conditions. RCC 11 already 7 down. They have got a boundary. Batter needs to play sensibly, needs to rotate strike. That was slightly short, but turning him sharply and cramping the batter for room, who does well to hit it in the mid wicket region and get the single. That's the much sensible thing, I must say. Keshav ends his spell. 8 runs coming off the 14th over by Keshav. After 14, RCC 11, 104 for 7. Srivatsan will continue. 2 overs, 21 for 1. 104 after 14 overs. Srivatsan, 2 overs, 21 for 1. Will ball his third. This will be the third over on trot for Srivatsan. He's balled well. His ball slow through the air. He's got the ball to spin away from the right-handers. Another flighted delivery that was punched off the back foot in the sweeper cover region. Shubham keen to get the strike back, looking for the second one, sent back by Linga Reddy rightfully. So it will only be a single to start off the over. Flighted delivery. That was very full from Srivatsan. Lingareddy just punching it straight back to the bowler on a bounce. It's a dot ball. Single and a dot ball so far in this over. Another flighted delivery. Huge appeal. Srivatsan once again looking for the quick single. Ball moving into the third man. Mahinder Reddy there, who is good couple of steps inside the circle. Stops that single. It's a dot ball. 105 for 7. RCC 11 in the 15th over. Another flighted delivery driven but straight to the short cover. That's the third dot ball on a trot. Srivatsan inviting the batter, trying to tempt the batter for the big shot. Lingareddy needs to play sensibly. Another flighted delivery. This time gets drawn forward, looking for the shot down the ground. Gets beaten, and Yash Gupta behind the timber gets the bails off in a flash. Lingareddy trying to get to the pitch of the ball, missing the ball. That ball turning sharply after pitching, and Gupta behind the timber, very quick with his glove work. Eighth one down for RCC 11. Last man to be dismissed was Linga Reddy. 105 for 8 after 14.5. New batter in is Ram Chaudhary. He's in at number 10 for RCC 11. 121 matches for Ram. 1327 runs. Averaging just under 22. Strike rate very healthy, 119.23 for the number 10 batter. Ram Chaudhary, he can bat. That is what the stat suggests. 105 for 8, RCC 11 in all sorts of trouble in the Gold Cup semi-final of One Champion Elite Season 41. Pink Panther taking on RCC 11. RCC 11 winning the toss, opting to bat first. So far, not proving out to be a right decision. Well, outside edge found, but that was wide of the slip. So it will be a single, and batsman gets himself off the mark. Ram, after 15 overs, RCC 11, 106 for the loss of 8. 106 for the loss of 8 after 15 overs. Aditya NK now back into the attack. 2 overs, 11 for 1 for Aditya NK so far. Will ball his third over. That's a flighted delivery. Hit hard straight down the ground. But long off fielder will cut it off and it will only be a single. That was a tossed up delivery from Aditya NK. Ram Chaudhary hitting it hard over the head of the bowler for a single. Slightly short, punched off the back foot and through for a single. Srivatsan there in the point region who fails to stop that single. Now he's well inside the circle. Srivatsan in the point region to cut that sort of quick singles. Slip and a point in play for Aditya NK. Well, that was slightly short and that ball turned sharply after pitching. You have to wait for the match official signal. He says it's runs that might have clipped his gloves on the way to the fine leg. Three singles of first three deliveries. Well, this time reverse sweep attempted there. Was there a bat or a glove? Ball racing in the fine leg region. Fielder does well, but cannot stop the batter from coming back for the second run. Yes, it's been given as a bye. Yash Gupta on that occasion blinded with the batter who attempts reverse sweep but got no connection but will still get 2 runs for his team. Score moves to triple one. Triple one for 8. Well, Aditya NK just stopping right before delivering the delivery. That ball has been signaled as a dead ball by the match official. This time Shubham winds up for the first time and clears the mid wicket fielder by some distance. That's a big hit. That was flighted delivery. That was in the arc for the right hander and he gets his knee down and hits it clean as a whistle. That's the biggest part of the ground and Shubham still managing to clear with some distance. That's an excellent hit. This time he makes room and that ball was fired in and cut away by Shubham straight to the sweeper cover. So it will only be a single to close out. A good over for the batting team. 12 runs coming off the 16th over by Shubham. After 16, RCC 11, 118, 118 for 8. Now Srivatsan to bowl out. 3 overs, 23 for 2 so far for him. Will bowl out. Will bowl the 17th over. Flighted delivery. Shubham looking for the another biggie. Gets beaten. Srivatsan has got the ball to turn sharply. That is the success mantra for him so far. He's balled up. He's got the batter to play the fall shot so far. This time slightly dragging his length back for the big hitter Shubham. Beats him on the cut. Making room. Shubham looking to go over extra cover. Gets beaten. Cover fielder now push back right at the edge of the circle. That's a low full toss. Big shot in the mid wicket region. And that's gone out of the park. Well, that was a real loosener from Srivatsan. He's bowled well up until now, but he's gifted one that was on the pads. It was full, and Shubham needs no second invitation. That ball landed out of the park. That's the biggest hit of the day, coming off the blade of Shubham K, who moves to 28 of just 16 deliveries. Two massive sixes already for Shubham. He needs to bat on throughout the 20 overs for RCC 11. This time gets a top edge, but the ball doesn't carry to the point fielder. It's a dot ball. This is brave from Srivatsan. Once again, tossing it up. Shubham looking for the big shot. Gets a leading edge. Fortunate for Shubham that the ball doesn't carry to the point fielder. Another tossed up delivery, turning sharply after pitching. Shubham looking to play on the front foot. Gets beaten on the outside edge. Excellent deception this from Srivatsan. He's got a beautiful drift. From there on, the ball turns sharply. Shubham on that occasion waits on the back foot, punches the ball in the extra cover, sweeper cover region and collects single, and he'll retain the strike. 7 runs coming off the 17th over by Srivatsan. RCC team 11, 125 for 8 after 17 overs. Aditya NK now to bowl out. 3 overs, 21 for 1. He's gone for 10 in his last, in his third over. In his previous over, will bowl the 18th over. More spin from Panthers. Punched off the back foot. Aditya does well in his follow through. He starts off with a dot. 125 on the board for RCC 11. Figures are looking now much better. This partnership growing nicely for RCC 11. Shubham once again hits it a long way. Once again, similar region peppered. That's the mid wicket which he likes, and once again hits a big shot that was launched. That ball had wings on it. That was given by Shubham. He moves to 35 of just 21 deliveries. That was the third six for Shubham. Getting to the pitch of the ball and hitting it long way. Shubham, he's got long levers, he's got good reach. Length slightly dragged back by Aditya NK rightfully after being hit for a six. Punched off the back foot by Shubham in the mid wicket for a single. This is excellent batting. Immediately after hitting the six, he rotates strike. That is what the good batters do. Flighted delivery. This time Ram Chaudhary looking for the big shot. Doesn't get it from the middle of the bat and he holds out in the mid wicket. Sachin there in the mid wicket region makes no mistake and sends back the ninth man of RCC 11. 132 for 9 now. RCC 11 in just 17.4 overs. New batter in is Kamlesh. He's the last man standing for RCC 11. In at number 11, he is a left-hand batter, Kamlesh. That's a quicker one from NK, who does well in his follow through. Well, still it's the single being completed with ease. Shubham calls for the single. Aditya NK in his follow through, moving sharply towards his left, gets to the ball very quickly and releases the ball very quickly too. But both the batters in the meantime threw for a single. Kamlesh gets off the mark straight away. Last ball of the 18th over. Aditya to Shubham. Once again, Shubham looking for the slog sweep. This time, ball skids through, keeps slightly low, and that's it. Wicket and 8 runs coming off the 18th over by Aditya NK. Team RCC 11, while batting first after 18 overs, are 133 for the loss of 9. 133 for 9 after 18 overs. Saitane now back into the attack, will bowl the 19th over. So far, 3 overs, 15 for none for Saitane. His ball well in the power play, but hasn't picked the wicket so far. Will he pick the final wicket? Saitane guided away. Protection there in the third man region, so it will only be a single. Kamlesh does well. Jayas guides the ball, runs the ball in the third man region for a single and hands the strike to Shubham. 36 of 23 deliveries for Shubham. Strike rate 156. Two boundaries and three sixes for Shubham so far. That's full and that's been given. Shubham shuffling across, trying to pepper the leg side, missing a straight one, and no hesitation in the match official's mind before raising the finger. Shubham is the last man to go. RCC 11, after winning the toss, opting to bat first and only managing 134 and got bundled out inside the 20 over. 135 will be the target for Pink Panthers when they come out to chase in the all important Gold Cup final of One Champion Elite Season 41. Stay tuned with us. We'll be right back after a very short 5 minutes break. Plenty of action yet to be delivered in this Gold Cup semi final. beating the mid-on fielder. Mid-on fielder now push back after that shot. Sweeper cover is in. This time the ball swinging away sharply for the right-hander. Rilasa Reddy just letting the ball go through. That's excellent seam position from Ram Chaudhary, who's got the new ball for RCC 11. This time shot. Rilasa Reddy with the pole gets the leading edge and the ball lands in the no man area. Fielder in the mid-on region was pushed back couple of balls earlier and the ball exactly goes in that region. If the fielder would have been inside the circle, it would have been curtains for Rilasa Reddy. It's a single which brings Yash Gupta on the strike for the first time in the match. Right-handers for Pink Panthers. Yash Gupta advances, takes the ball on the full, drives it all along the carpet in the long on region. A steady start for Pink Panthers. 6 runs without any loss after one. Giri to share the new ball with Ram Chaudhary. He's a right arm medium pacer. Giri pulls in with a very short run up. 16 matches for him, 5 wickets, economy 8.65, best figures of 4 for 18. Coming to the career stats of both the batters, Rilasa Reddy, 154 matches for him, 4,211 runs, averaging over 32, strike rate 110, whereas 185 matches for Yash Gupta, 7,394 runs for Gupta, average mind boggling 55.59, strike rate just under 115, 114.49 to be precise. On the pads, clipped away, straight to the short fine. It will be a single for Yash Gupta. Score moves to 8. These are very good conditions to ball on for the bowlers. Very green surface. Again on the pad, this time clipped in the square leg region. No one there behind or inside. Work to be done by the mid wicket fielder. By the time he gets to the ball and throws the ball to the wicket keeper, both the batters are through for the second run. We have seen in the first inning, conditions are very similar to the first inning. It's hot, but wind flow is good, and so is the bowling surface. It's a grassy track, a green track, which will definitely assist both fast bowlers and spinners. Pink Panthers bowlers exploited the conditions to the fullest. It was full on the pads, clipped away in between mid wicket and mid on for a single. With the batters not at all interested whatsoever in running quick, just jogging through for a single. 11 for none, Panthers. This time advancing, just getting to the pitch of the ball and lifting it over the infield for a boundary in the cover region. This is what you need to do in the power play. Just clear the infield. Yash Gupta does that to the perfection. Just lifts it over covers and collects 4. He moves to 6 of 3 deliveries. Pink Panthers 15 for none in 1.4 overs. With an offer, this time driven on the up. Good fielding there by mid-off fielder while moving towards his left. He definitely saves 3 runs for his team. That ball was traveling fast. It was struck firmly. Fielder in the inner circle does well. Sweeper cover, now push back, and long on fielder is now inside the circle. Mid on, mid off, in play now. He goes full, and the ball goes in the very region from where the fielder was brought in. This is poor from Giri, bringing in long on and bowling full on the pads. That's not the right thing to do. Over ends with a boundary. 14 runs coming off that over. After 2 overs, 20 for none. 2-0, 20 for none. After 2 overs, Pink Panthers while chasing 135. Ram Chaudhary to continue. 1 over, 6 for none for Ram Chaudhary. Batter coming down the track, trying to get to the pitch of the ball. Bat bowler saw him coming, but dragged his length back. But direction not ideal from Ram. It's been signaled as a wide. Full on the pads. Batter looking to clip, only managing some part of his pad through the wicketkeeper. It's a dot ball. Yash Gupta misses a scoring opportunity. Any tickle on the bat would have been four. It's a dot ball in the end. This time advances, gets to the pitch of the ball, lifts it straight as an arrow. They have a long on in play, so it will only be a single who cuts it off. This is good cricket from both the batters. Just trying to time the ball, trying to lift it over the infield, trying to make full use of the field restrictions that are on. Long on and mid wicket are two fielders that is set deep by Ram Chaudhary. This time on the pads, clipped away, but straight to the only fielder in the fine leg region. Couple of yards here and there, and it would have been four for Relasa. 22 for none in 2.3. Pink Panthers looking in no sort of hurry up until now. This time punched off the back foot. That ball bounced awkwardly right in front of mid off fielder, but still the fielder does well. It's a single that was hit hard, hit on the up by Rilasa. Good fielding in the inner circle. This time waits on the ball and cuts it in between point and third man and collects four. Yash Gupta just waiting slightly and just cutting, playing late on that occasion, and he'll fetch four for that. This is excellent from both the batters. They are playing risk free, they are doing it effortlessly at the moment. 27 for naught in 2.5 overs without taking any sort of risk so far. Both the batters looking very fluent, very settled out in the center. This time, that ball turning away after pitching and takes an outside edge against the run up play. Yash Gupta departs. First one down for Pink Panthers. That was an excellent delivery from the bowler. Pitched on a good length and moved away sharply. This is what this surface has to offer for the fast bowlers. If you pitch in the right areas, you'll get your rewards. First one down. Gupta departs. Pink Panthers 27 for 1. New batter in is Ritvik S. In at number 3 for Pink Panthers. There's a change in bowling attack as well. Naman Agarwal now into the attack. 228 matches for Naman Agarwal. 248 wickets. Economy under 6, 5.39. Best figures of 5 for 8. That's been guided away. Good job there by short third fielder. Quick single completed by the batters. Coming to Ritvik S. He's got 57 matches, 2,282 runs, averaging 44.75, strike rate 145.81. He's a very good batter right at the top for Pink Panthers. Cuts that ball, but straight to the point fielder. It's a dot ball. That was beautifully timed shot, but went straight to the fielder. 28 for 1, Pink Panthers in 3.2 overs. RCC 11 needs to look for wicket. Wickets will win them the match. Well, that's way outside of stump. White ball signal by the umpire. Score moves to 29. This is a good surface to ball on. Bowlers will get good amount of swing. So will even fast bowlers will get good amount of swing, whereas spinners will get spin. It's a grassy surface. It's a bowling paradise, I must say. Short of good land delivery there. Ritvik getting on the top of the bounce and playing it with the soft hands. Ball going very quickly to the short third fielder. So no chance for a single. Looking to play on the up. Ball was never there to be driven. Well, Ritvik looking to go over infield. Once again on the length. Just short of good length by Naman Agarwal. Doesn't carry all the way to the fielder. Inside the circle who's right at the edge. This time he goes full, driven straight, chance of a run out, but the fielder fails to collect the ball in once. They are coming back for second and they'll complete the second run with ease. This is excellent from both the batters. First looking for the quick single. It was a loud call from Ritvik. Rilasa responding to him, going for the single. Fielder there looking for the run out. Misfields and ends up giving them two. Short ball pulled away. That was a much controlled shot. Protection there in the mid wicket region. So it will only be a single to close out the over. 5 runs coming off that one. After 4, Pink Panthers 32 for 1. Ram Chaudhary to continue. Will be bowling his third. That's an over pitch delivery. Ritvik looking to play aerial on the offside. Gets an outside edge. No one there in the slip quadrants. Ball beats the short third fielder and raced away very quickly to the boundary skirtings. It's a boundary. Moral victory for the bowler, but it's a 4 runs for Ritvik, who moves to 7 of 6 deliveries. There is a movement for the fast bowlers, as I said. This time on the pads, clipped away. Fielder there behind, so it will only be a single. Ram Chaudhary operating with deep mid wicket and long on. whereas mid off, covers, cover point, point, and gully are the fielders inside the circle. This time, Ariel just beats the mid wicket fielder towards his left. That was very well placed by Rilasa Reddy, and he'll collect four. That was full on the pads. He's got two fielders on the leg side, but still Rilasa Reddy finds the gap to the perfection and collects four. Score moves to 41 now. 41 for 1 in just 4.3. Pink Panthers moving along nicely. Slower one, this time beautifully read by Rilasa. Plays it with the straight bat. Fielder there in long on region, so it will only be a single, but that was a very good looking shot. Waited on the ball and then drives it. Another slow one. This time it goes horribly wrong. It was an easiest of deliveries. Low full toss outside off stump, and Ritvik drives it all along the carpet for a boundary in covers. Well. Ram Chaudhary looking to change his pace, but it's not working at the moment for him. You don't need to change your pace when you're getting good movement from the surface, my friend. This is much better delivery on a length in line of stumps, defended frontfully by the batter. Dot ball to close out after 5 overs, 46 for 1 Panthers. Agarwal. Naman Agarwal to continue. Starts off with a beauty. Beats the batter on the outside edge. Rilasa looking for an expensive cover drive. Sweeper cover and mid wicket are the two fielders outside the circle. This time he gets on the top of the bounce. That was not a bad delivery, but still beautifully lifted over mid off for a one bounce four. 50 is up for Pink Panthers in just 5.2 overs. What a start this has been. Rock solid start for Pink Panthers. They're after 135 and they have got a solid start. Rilasa standing tall on the bounce and hitting it straight as an arrow for a boundary. Change of a field. Sweeper cover is in and long on is now back after that shot. This time slightly dragged back length, but that has been given as a no ball by match official. Well. That looked as if the bowler have over pitched and that's been signal no ball. So free hit coming your way. Naman Agarwal to Rilasa Reddy. Well, that's crashed in the off stump. One bounce, two bounce into the fence it goes. Well, Rilasa Reddy throwed kitchen sink at that one, and that was crashed very hardly. That ball traveled flat and traveled for a four very quickly. That was on a length, but batters tend to go hard on the free hit and no other. Relasa ready with the boundary. 55 for 1 in 5.3. Pink Panthers while chasing 135. This time pulled away. Work to be done by mid wicket fielder who does exceedingly well. What a throw that was from the D fielder. That was in the hands of the wicketkeeper in a flash. That was a rocket throw from the deep fielder. 10 runs already of the over. Couple of deliveries yet to be delivered. This is excellent letter, excellent length, much better. Ritvik standing tall, getting on the top of the bounce and just running it in the square leg region, vacant square leg region for a single. 57 for 1 in 5.5 overs. This will be the last ball of the power play. Rilas are ready, 28 of just 18. Whereas 13 of 10 deliveries for Ritvik as both the batters complementing each other very well here. Taking very calculated risk, making full use of the field restrictions that are on. Well, that's swinged away after pitching. Good seam movement there for Agarwal to close out the over. 11 runs coming off that one. After 6 overs, Pink Panthers 57 for the loss of 1. Excellent use of the fate. There will be a boundary check there. It's couple of runs to start off the over. Well, that's been given as a couple of runs. Cut and straight to the hands of point. Ritvik holds out to the point. Well, Jayachandra strikes in the very first over. He balls. It took two deliveries for the right arm off break to break through the partnership. He gets the big fish. Ritvik S departs cheaply today. Doesn't score as much as that he would like to. He usually goes on big, usually gets 50 and 60 for his team. This time goes inside 20s. Naman Agarwal there in the point who takes a good catch, sharp catch there to dismiss Ritvik. Next batter in will be Sachin Rathore. In at number 4 for Pink Panthers, Sachin Rathore. 284 matches for him. 4,549 runs, averaging over 25. Strike rate 105.3 for Sachin Rathore. Coming to Jayachandra's career, he is an off-break bowler, right arm off-break bowler. Jayachandra, 183 matches for him, 127 wickets, economy 7.16, best figures of 5 for 9, strikes at the very first over he balls, couple of runs, then a wicket of Ritvik. Flighted up delivery driven beautifully by Rathore Sachin to get himself off the mark. Very good looking shot, but only for a single. 60 is up for Pink Panthers in 6.3. 60 for 2. RCC 11 should hunt for wickets. If the Pink Panthers bat throughout the 20 overs, they will eventually get the target. RCC 11 needs to bowl them out. Well, that's a good one from Jayachandra to end it straight back to the bowler. Flighted delivery. Another slow through the air, punched off the back foot, looking for the sharp single, and they'll complete the single with ease to close out the over. A successful one from Jayachandra, 4 runs and a wicket of Ritvik coming in that over after 7, 61 for 2. Pink Panthers. Naman Agarwal will continue. That's a length delivery. Worked on the onside for a single by Rilasa Reddy. Third over on the trot for the right arm pacer. Naman Agarwal. 2.1 overs, 17 for none so far. Well, that's an excellent delivery. Bowling that hard length, not allowing the batter to score freely. Naman Agarwal. This is what needs to be done on the regular basis for RCC 11. They need to get in the dot balls, apply some pressure on the batters, then induce the fall shot. They need wickets, that too in regular intervals from here on, in order to restrict Pink Panthers inside 135. Slow one there into the surface, batter getting an inside edge, ball hitting his pads and moving into the square leg region. Relasa Reddy on that occasion, looking for the sharp single sent back by Sachin Rathore. It's a dot ball. Antariksh to ball the 10th over. Another flighted one. Induces the edge. Doesn't carry to the short third. Was charging into the catch. That ball spins away after pitching short third. Beats him and adding insult to an injury. It goes for 4. 11 runs coming off the 10th over by Antariksh. Pink Panthers, while chasing 135, are halfway through in the chase. 78 for 2. They need another 57 in remaining 60 balls to prevail victorious in the all important Gold Cup semi final. Winner of this match will advance to the Gold Cup final of One Champion Elite Season 41. We'll be right back after a very short break. That's cut away in the sweeper cover region for a single by the batter. Batters at the moment doing it in terms of single. SK Rehan in at number 5 for Pink Panthers. This is good time for bat for SK Rehan. He's not got on to score big for Pink Panthers in this competition. Season 41. Elite, one champion, punched off the back foot straight in the long on region. In fact, in the long off region to close out the over. Five singles coming in that over by Antariksh. After 12 overs, Pink Panthers 91 for the loss of 3. Now they need another 44 in 48 deliveries. Required rate well in control 5.5. Currently for Pink Panthers, RCC 11 desperately in search of wickets. They need wickets from here on. 91 for 3 in 12 overs. Both the batters are aware of the fact that they can do it in singles from here on. That's a good one to start off the over. It's a dot ball. Giri back into the attack now, preferring to ball off spin. Fielder once again charging in, looking for the catch. That ball just falling short of him and keeps slow after pitching and goes for a boundary. Well, fielder there, deep fielder there, knowingly that they need wickets from here on, going for the catch. That ball landing jet shot and going once again in the air. This time, will it carry to the deep fielder? Yes, it does. But he puts it down. Well, never looked in control. Antariksh there in the long off region. Giri not happy with the effort there by the fielder in the deep. That should have been fourth one down. That's dragged down and pulled away by SK Rehan towards the right of deep mid wicket. Excellent work there by deep fielder. So it will only be a single. Score moves to 97. 97 for 3 in 12.4 overs. Well, that's beautifully worked away once again in the mid wicket for a single by Sachin Rathore. After that boundary at the very second ball, three singles coming in next three balls. Sensible cricket this from both the batters. Slightly short, punched away off the back foot by Rehan. Good work there by Swipakawa fielder. Well, that was not a good throw. That ball bounced right in front of the bowler who fails to collect and they get an extra run there. One of the overthrow, 9 runs coming off the 13th over. 100 up for Pink Panthers in 13 overs. 100 for 3. They need another 35. This is the all important Gold Cup semi final of One Champion Elite Season 41. Winner will advance to the finals. Pink Panthers taking on RCC. Jayachandra will bowl out. This is his fourth over. So far 3.1 overs, 15 for 2. He's bowled well. Will he finish it off his spell on high? Will he pick wicket in this over? Once again, ball slow through the air, allowing the ball to spin, not bowling it flat. Slightly short on the pads, walked away fine. Fielder there, Antariksh after the ball, but ball wins the race and it's a boundary for Sachin Rathore, making full use of the poor delivery that was drifted on the pads and just guides it in the fine leg region and collects for Sachin Rathore, who moves on to 22 of 21 deliveries. Batters looking in no hurry whatsoever as they have everything well under control. They don't need anything fancy from here on. Slightly short, cut away in the sweeper cover region for a single. Score moves to 105. 5 runs coming off 4 deliveries so far in this over. Rehan, run a ball 6 for him so far. Hasn't been the ideal tournament for him so far. He sets very high standards for himself but failed to get runs in this edition. He's a very good batter. He's he's got all shots. This time punts one off the back foot straight to the long on region for a single. 6 runs coming off that over by Jayachandra. After 14, Pink Panthers 106 for the loss of 3. Now 29 needed for Pink Panthers in 6 overs. 29 of 36 deliveries at the required rate of 4.83. Required rate now under 5 for Pink Panthers. Slightly short, punched off the back foot. Misfield there in the extra cover region. Sweeper cover. Does well, makes all the hard work by covering the distance. Gets in the dive, but still cannot stop the ball from going to a boundary. It's a 4. Much needed 4. Giri with his third over. Jayachandra there in the covers. Well, this time it's been pulled beautifully towards the right of mid wicket. Back to back boundaries for Rehan and Pink Panthers. That's much convincing shot from Rehan. Length slightly dragged back and he was on the back foot in a flash. Rolls his wrist and pulls it in the mid wicket, in the square leg, vacant square leg region for a boundary. Slightly over page this time. Plays with angle bat towards the right of long on, but it will only be a single. Well. That was a very flat throw, skidding after pitching. Nothing much that Giri could have done. That should have only been a single, but it's a couple of runs for Rehan. This time swept away once again in the square leg region. That was a convincing sweep shot there. Dragged the ball from outside off stump into the vacant square leg region for a boundary. Rehan is raised away to 21 now of just 12 deliveries. He's looking good. Now just 15 away. Pink Panthers. Flighted delivery. Now the mid wicket was moved in the square leg and Rehan plays it in the mid wicket for a boundary. He's toying with the field at the moment. That was a real loosener from Giri. plenty of flight. In the end, the batter getting the ball on the full and just working it away softly in the mid wicket for a boundary. That was touch of class there from Rehan. He's a very stylish batter. This time sweeps and sweeps it for four. That's the fifth boundary of the over. An expensive one from Giri. 22 coming off that one. Excellent shot making from Rehan. Once again sweeping him. This time in the fine leg region for a boundary to close out the over. 7 needed for Pink Panthers to advance to get themselves into the Gold Cup finals. Well, this is a disappointing performance from RCC. Introduction in the bowling attack now. Kamlesh Rajput. In fact, it's Kamlesh Rajput into the attack with his lifetime orthodox misfield in the covers. That speed that sums up the day for the bowling team. RCC. Another misfield and a single. On the pad, swept fine. Fine leg fielder giving it a chase. That ball racing away nicely and will go and hit the boundary skirtings. It's a 4 for Rehan. Rehan moves into 30s, 33 of just 15 deliveries. Strike rate in excess of 200 for Rehan, 220. 6 boundaries for Rehan in this knock. This will do a world of good to his confidence moving forward. Swept, swept for four in the square leg region, and that will be the match for Pink Panthers. Rehan with the winning runs. It's a comfortable victory for Pink Panthers over RCC, and they will be advanced to the Gold Cup final. Pink Panthers, well, that was comprehensive victory. They win by 7 wickets. Match summary: RCC 11 winning the toss, opting to bat first, got bundled out for just 134 in just 18.2 overs. In reply, Pink Panthers fluently chased it out in just 15.3 overs, and they win this match by 7 wicket margin, and they will be advanced to the Gold Cup final. Player of the match, hero of the match will be Divi with his excellent spell of bowling with the new ball. 3 overs, 20 for 3 for Divi. Divi will make him the man of the match of the Gold Cup semi final. That's it from the coin box. We'll be right back.